Tina, good morning. There you are in Stafford, and welcome to Gimme Five this morning. Thank you for joining me. Now, Tina, as part of taking control of one's weight, many people run, but is it safe to do so?
I think, obviously, the first thing I would say to that is you have to get checked out by a GP, by a practitioner who will officially give you a clean bill of health or not, as the case may be. I didn't think I would be safe to run because I carry too many extra suitcases with me. I've always been very overweight, and it's always been an issue for me, and it's really affected my self-esteem. But with the running, I thought, well, I'll give it a go and see what happens. You know, I really wasn't expecting great things. And when I joined the Couch to 5K, and I was amazed at how much I could actually do.
Wow.
And they said to me, I mean, this is how much of a beginner I was, and that was, I actually turned up with my handbag. I mean, thankfully, my handbag is a rucksack because I carry Rob's nebulizer in it when we go out.
Right.
But so I just put it on my back and ran with it. And then one of the lovely ladies at the group that I run with, she said to me, let me carry the bag for you for your first run, and then don't bring it next time. So, and I was really surprised at how much I could do. So I would say, yeah, it is, as long as you've got a clean bill of health from the doctor, I think it's quite safe to do so. You know, I think the more baggage you carry physically, I think it puts more strain on your joints, so you do have to be careful. But if you don't overdo it, I think, you know, just take it at your own pace. It's great.
I think that's good advice, because they said at one time, you know, with your joints, be careful. But they're now finding out that the impact on the joints, a bit of running is actually very good for your joints. And like you say, to avoid injuries, take it at your pace and get checked out, like you say. Tell us a bit more. You mentioned about this Couch to 5K.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that, please, Tina.
Well, I mean, it wasn't actually advertised as the Couch to 5K, but it basically is the same program. And what I've done is I think it was the first week we ran for 1 minute and then walked for 2 minutes, something like that. And we gradually increased the running and decreased the walking, so that now I'm running, because I had to pull it back because I had a knee injury.
Right.
So the rest of the group are running for 25 minutes plus now at a time. I'm still at 15 minutes at a time. But that's because of my knee. But so you gradually increase it from, you know, just running for 1 minute, which I didn't think I could do, and now here I am running for 15 minutes. I can't believe it.
Brilliant. And that is something that the NHS, so it's safe to do, isn't it?
Yes.
Run by the NHS, and you can find details on the internet. Is that correct?
I believe so, yes. I'm sure if you were to Google Couch to 5K, you'd probably find some information on it.
Yeah. So, Tina, what happens then at the end of a busy day, right? And it's time for your run, and you're thinking, oh, I really don't feel like it tonight. How do you get motivated?
Well, I think it's a lot easier because I'm running with a group, and I've got friends up there who are feeling exactly the same way, and they're relying on me showing up to help them.
Great.
So that is a major input, inspiration, you know. Over this second lockdown, we weren't able to run as a group, so I was doing a lot of running on my own.
Right.
And last week I missed my midweek run because I had a migraine. And then come the weekend, I was like, I really don't want to do this, you know, and I was ready to give up. And in fact, I put it on my Strava post after I did the run. I said, I think this will be my last one. And I had so many people from the club and other people, friends who run, who said, don't give up. You've come so far. Don't give up now. So I thought, well, do you know what? If I give up now, all that hard work that I've done over the last 3 months is just for nothing, you know. So I kept going and I did it. And I didn't feel good after Friday night's run, but I'm out again tonight, and it's the first group run back after lockdown tonight. So I'm looking forward to catching up with everybody and, you know, doing, and it's, you know, as long as I can do approximately 5K, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's brilliant. You know, I think that's really good. And you're going to get, as the weeks and months go on, you're probably going to lose weight. And also you're going to feel the benefit and fitter, and the running will get easier because you'll build up stamina during that time. Now, Tina, not only are you into running, but I know that you make beautiful cakes. What's your earliest memory of baking?
My earliest memory probably was when I was about 5, maybe 7. I was in my granny's house in Hereford, and she was baking a Victoria sponge, as she did on a regular basis. And I was just watching her, and it just picked up from there. Because in those days, well, she did have a handheld electric mixer, but she didn't use it very often. She did everything by hand, from creaming the butter, you know, through to folding in the flour. And it was an incredible thing. I mean, I took it for granted at the time, but to think back now and look at it, I think, good grief, you know, how did you do that by hand? You know,
that's amazing, isn't it?
And
I mean, now that you run, can you indulge in a slice of cake? I mean, is that allowed? I mean, I like a slice of cake myself.
Yes, it's quite a deadly combination to be a cake decorator and trying to lose weight as well.
I can imagine.
I mean, I've always been into cake decorating. I've always, you know, been creative in other means as well as cake decorating. It's just something that I think I use as an outreach to people, you know, to bless people in the community. You know, a friend of ours has lost his dad this weekend. Just after a week of he was diagnosed with advanced stomach cancer last week, and he died at the weekend. So it was a very short, sharp shock for them. And I thought, and people always tell me that my chocolate cake soothes the soul.
That's lovely. So God can use you in that way, ministering to other people, you know, because that would be a blessing to them.
Absolutely.
So, Tina, what then is the most unique cake you have ever made?
Wow. Gosh, there's a few that spring to mind. One was a wedding cake I did, and they met in a hot tub. So they wanted a hot tub wedding cake.
Amazing.
And I think that's on the Facebook page. You might see that. And then another one that springs to mind was, gosh, I've done so many. Some friends of ours got married, and I did their cake, and they wanted their personal interests around the edge of the cake.
That's different.
Yeah, so she was really into cricket, and he was really into Formula One. So they had a cricket and Formula One themed wedding cake, which, you know, kind of went down quite well.
That's lovely. And, you know, I have seen some pictures of your cakes, and I have to say they look beautiful, and they really do look good enough to eat. So if somebody, you live in Stafford, but if somebody wanted to buy a cake that you make, how can people look at your cakes? Do they go onto your Facebook page or?
Yeah, just search for Tina Hillcox on Facebook, and go into my photos, into my albums, and I've got an album labelled cakes, and you'll see some of them. I haven't put all of them up, but some of them are there. Yeah, you can see what I've achieved so far. There's a couple of exam pieces in there as well that I did. My cover photo on my Facebook page is actually one of my exam pieces.
Yes, I've seen it. It's beautiful.
Which was poinsettia for Christmas. So yes, so there's a few exam pieces, but a lot of them are the cakes that I've done.
Yeah, keep on baking, Tina, and keep on running. Tina, it's been a lovely interview with you. I've really enjoyed your honesty about your weight and running, and it shows that if you are a little bit heavier, and you want to shed those few pounds after Christmas, to start running. So that's really a good thing to do. So Tina, God made our bodies to move. So Tina, thank you so much. You've been a joy to interview. Give me 5, Tina. God bless you. And thank you for joining me today. You've been a joy to interview. Thank you, Tina. God bless you. Bye.